community. I am your host, Dr. Pooja, and joining with me is Kanchan. She is the founder of Let Us Talk. And today we are going to talk about a very crucial topic for all the moms who have been worried for their teenage children: exam anxiety and the best ways to overcome negativity. Well, we have been hearing a lot of news, and also recently that parents are getting paranoid. Exams stress has been causing a lot of problems, and to address this concern, Kanchan is going to answer our few questions on this live session. So, Kanchan, I welcome you to this session, and I would like to know how are you doing today?
So much, Pooja, for having me here, and absolutely thrilled to answer moms which are present here. Late, or I would say whenever there is time. These questions are type of questions that let us talk. So we at Let Us Talk try to give solution emotional health at the same time, with your mental health problems as well. Providing curriculums to schools to health. So I'll try to answer as much as I can with my current knowledge.
Yes. So, Kanchan, the first and very basic question that comes into a mind when you say exam, it is equal to
Hmm.
fear. So, this thought is for everybody, no matter whatever the age is. So, how do we
Hmm.
start dealing with this when we say, your exams time is going to come, and the kid's reaction is, "Oh my God." So, as
Yeah.
a coach, how will you help us to address this problem?
Exams can be stressful, and negative thought during that time. Strategies or some kind of help yourself to overcome that fear of exam. You can prepare your son, or really help. So exams are not just limited to children these days. I'm agree, especially being a mom, stressed, and we are equally and children are going for exams, or something to our children. So you have to don't have to lose your calm. Obviously children, they take them. So if you are in a panicking mode, definitely, even if you'll not communicate with them, but they'll get that energy, and the same stress will be transferred to your children as well. So try to for giving guidance to your children. If your child is not getting proper time to coordinate, because you can be a monitor, but whatever has happened with you, or when you were preparing for your board exams, or when you were preparing for something which was a very don't repetitive exam. Rather trust your children, give them some just be as a support system, be as a one who can keep on so with these few things also you will be able to help your child. And there are other without talking once again.
Right. So basically, when we are getting into the zone of examination zone, the parents try and give maximum amount of time to their children, try to cut down on their social networking, and also try to bring in a serious kind of an environment. The kids who want to do group studies mingle for doubt solving sessions with their mentors or seek help. But in this judgment, in this kind of a zone that's been created, the child loses on some playtime or some me time. So how
Yeah.
can a parent help to balance this study zone? So can you share some tips with us?
Role is not just limited when exams the date or timetable for exams. Prepare yourself throughout the year. Will come to your child once you are prepared. I've seen often mothers, they'll take leave. Father is more alert towards studies during
Yes.
exams. There's a practice which creates panic. If me being a child, throughout the year, and parents, they are in a are like all over me, that will somehow create an environment, even though I won't be able to communicate in the same situation. So if you are a working professional, make sure you keep on working at your office. Appraisal. Have you seen yourself behind your work or behind your words or whatever is happening? No, there is a reverse effect. So try to than being during that particular timetable is out or dates are out. Be yourself and don't
Right.
make go haywire with the studies and all. Your whole year rather than being for that is during exam time.
Right. And Kanchan, we have also seen that most of the children compromise on their sleep, compromise on their eating patterns, and the mother is like, but have this laddu, have a glass of buttermilk. I'll give you a glass of warm milk to stay, make you comfortable. The mom is really very behind the child, but the child is not eating on time, not sleeping well. So is this a correct way to address one self during the exam preparation or during the preparation holidays? What would you say on this?
See, children, they do have their body clock, right? If they need something to eat, they'll need some. But I do agree with those who say like, okay, my son is eating when he's into studying. He'll keep his food aside. He'll keep his drinks aside. For that, there is a very simple create a timetable. Certain things fixed for certain time. Children, they don't let their children out to go out and just go for the group studies, which is in that just imposing of your thoughts. Okay, if you are just forcing him to eat, he is not ready to eat and accept that food. He'll just throw out. So it will have a different kind of effect what you are thinking. Try to create a schedule, try to create a timing for a whole week. When you have to study maths, this is your eating time, this is your drinking time. Don't forget to add me time into you are not supposed to be there as a mother. Me time means as a child is time to relish whatever he wants or wants you. So please don't involve your time. And that's how to practice of eating on time, drinking on time, and the havoc which is being created by the situation coming would somehow get reduced if you have a whole disciplinary mode. So that will really help you here.
Right. So, Kanchan, these were very, very helpful tips that you have suggested us. And here there is one mom who is really very concerned, and she is asking you a question that, in the COVID times, these kids would spend around 10 to 12 hours on screen. And then these were the class times plus the school times. Okay. Post that, they were on their phones because note exchange or some meetings or group studies, whatever. So maximum time they would spend on a gadget, whether it's laptop or a mobile, and later they wouldn't get time for self study. Now the scenario is a little bit different because everything is opened up, schools have started showing interest, but the kids are withdrawn towards doing any kind of a writing thing, and they fear, the parents are fearing whether they will cope up well, whether they will do well in the upcoming exams. So what is your thought on this trend that the parent has observed?
A child is actually take phone, or there is something which is getting or some entertainment element he's getting. Make sure like whatever he's studying or is some kind of rewarding, like your son to write a song, whatever sessions are being conducted in this, ask him to rhyme out or spelling rule, make such an which can actually entertain the whole process. First of all, help your child that not get too much diverted towards all these things. Same time, with a different techniques, maybe think while they are moving onward, studying when they are small, or rewarding themselves, ask them to make whatever whenever they are in the record like do recording of sessions, try to have them notes with them. So these are for a few things which can help to remain focused, very much into into focusing his time as per parents. So you have to create that entertain your as well. So these are, and mothers are very good in innovations. They can use their method of how to innovate. They can help your entertainment, self the child entertainment at the same time. This part as well.
Right. So we have been basically talking and focusing on teenagers, exams, and anxiety, plus, students who are giving up NEET exams or any kind of an entrance exam. But my very personal question to you, and I know all these mom stars would agree with me at some point of time, that not only the exam but professionals also, like you want to upgrade their skills or want to give any professional exams, uh, juggling through the life cycle of finding a work life balance, balancing the professional and personal careers, you know that thought of I have to clear the exam in the first instance, that also builds up an anxiety and a kind of a negativity sets in. So, for an individual to face this kind of a challenge, what are the tips that you would help us to, work out on so that the whole process gets streamlined and the exam goes very smoothly?
First of all, you have to understand trying for upgradation is you have decided that you have to upgrade in profession, so you should apply such a bold step. And second, how to overcome that fear, anxiety. Try positive self-talk. Lots with the positive ones. We have fear and we keep on saying, "What if I'm going to fail? What if I'll fail? What if I'll not do well for the exams?" Just say, "Yeah, I have the skills and I'm going to do my best and I'm going to pass." And just imagine the success after that. That will really help you somehow give a message to your brain that you are designed, or you are being designed for failure and all. So small breaks, they really help, and they also reduce the anxiety. Techniques like deep breathing exercise, they really help you to stress and calm your mind.
Right.
And that is a very important part. When we give 100% to that, that we are an individual, we have to take care of ourselves as a mind, as a brain, as an emotion. Small breaks during whatever preparations you are doing, refresh your mind, but it will help you reduce your stress level. And you involve into an activity, taking a break,
Mm-hmm.
the results are rather than going all the way around 60 minutes, 1 hour, 90 minutes. The outcome you will see is more than the one who has gone and done work without taking a break and done with breaks. So yeah, these are few things which can really very helpful. And as I was saying earlier also, create a study schedule, or schedule which you have to stuck to. If I'm just taking 2 more minutes, more understandable. which we have to cover in a limited period is dedicated to one subject, or you have decided to cover one subject on the same day. Don't keep thinking, okay, theek hai,
Right.
I am doing this, so what I have to do, I'll combine two, three things. Stick to the path or the for yourself, and you'll see the wonders.
Thank you so much for helping out these professionals and these moms out over here. Well, Kanchan, we're going to start with our question and answer round where we have a few questions from the mom. Moms have asked in, for their children. So I'm going to take up a few of them, and it will be lovely if you help us with your guidance out over here. The first one, the mom says, is that my child's health is getting disturbed during the exam time. This is due to his sleeplessness and anxiety and fear. How can she overcome this? How can she help her child overcome the anxiety? Can you please guide over here?
See, anxiety, when we have some, there are so many thoughts on disturbing us. Will I be doing well in my exam? Will I be well enough? But I go blank.
Right.
Papers, and I don't write when I see the exam paper. Which are quite obvious for a child to go through, especially when they are tough exams of their life, like exams or their board exams, which clear. So being a mother, you have to make sure that your child is getting enough sleep. Like sleep is a very important factor
Okay.
for reducing stress. Minimum sleep is required during exam time. So don't ever miss on it. And try to balance your meals. Eat healthy. Like I have seen, they would want to eat something which would their taste bud, and they'll keep on eating too much of pizza, too much of pasta.
Right.
Good for your health. So create stress in your body. So avoid sugar, high caffeine as to increase your anxiety. So very healthy and
Right.
balanced exercise, because we have to elevate your happy hormones. Elevate your happy hormones. Exercise is a very important part. And for exercise, I don't mean that you have to go in the gym and spend hours and hours on sessions and all. You can
Correct.
just practice. They'll really help. Maybe a walk in your bed, that will again give you a calming effect. And do it with your children, but don't talk at someone who is very keen for child. Try to talk as a friend. Try to talk about anxiety with your family member. Try to talk about anxiety with your understand what kind of symptoms are there. Try to reduce them rather than increase them. You don't have to tell your children ki I want marks, and the children who get for 98%, he'll get 90%. The result is obviously he won't be doing well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, to say about anxiety and overcoming the negativity of the exams, what we have been seeing is that, even in smaller children, like grade 1, grade 3, grade 5, these children are also losing upon their self confidence a little bit, telling their parents that I may do well, I may have answered these questions, or I have forgotten these answers. They are very frank enough in telling. But this has been seen in the lower classes as well. They don't understand
Hmm.
what really happens, but they express out their fear, and the mother is like, okay, you will do better this time. But then the comparison comes in and something or the else. So how do we address these problems in children who are in the primary school? So how would you help a mom out over here?
See here, if I talk about a primary school, so I would say the definition of his definition of him being not very clean or how is not performed is absolutely obviously when we talk about children, mind after during exams is the mother earlier, like being a mother, you have to, if you want your child to be calm enough, so you will be the more stressful, you will be with or without your communication to your child as well. So try yourself understand that being is just a phase at this stage. But going through everything is just a phase. It is going to help in the coming years once you're going to go to take admissions for your children. So just take it as a phase. However, performing well, it's okay. And you have to be very loud and clear to your children. So the more relaxing a mother is, the more relaxing a child is. So you have to understand this point very well. So being relaxed, it doesn't mean that you will study. Do ask him to study in a way that is not stressing him out, or which is not, because when a child is a exam pattern is very different and very different. I understand children, they don't have to write also, they have to see what is right and wrong, like multiple
Yes.
choice answers. So you have to create games which can help a child to at the same time he's performing. Being a mother during that time, you have to be teacher with him and do as much as possible to entertain possible.
Right. I am going to take up, Kanchan, I'm going to take up one last question. This is from a working mom. She says that because my child is getting into higher classes, I feel like giving up of my job. Then I wonder to myself, what will I do the whole day when he will be occupied in school and his classes? So, am I on the right decision, or am I? I'm not able to understand how will I have this work balance of home and a working mother. So kindly guide me out over here. What is your take on this, and how will you help this mother out over here?
Question, to be honest, ask want to ask few questions to this mother. First of all, why do you think it's important for your child to study?
Mm-hmm.
Or your children are not studying on this, something which they are missing, and you fulfill that kind of fear in terms of the study. First, yourself, you have to see, like, you have to be very loud. I'm sure, like you said, coaching for higher studies, so you have a time when each and every person is facing things. And now when you are done with your career, or you are whatever be the scenario here, how you are going to handle yourself emotionally, after that you gave up your career and now you're sulking yourself in the home, like, what if, what that. So in a like situation, I would say, I can just answer these questions to your own self and what is right and what is wrong. And if you feel like your these problems can be solved with professional help, or with some kind of support, then try to consider moving out of your home and just leaving everything and trying to figure out and creating something else. So if you are a mother who is happy, mother will be happy. But if a mother is not happy with herself, children will never perform well. So you have to see where you are boundaries, like, your background is, like, it's a very generic question. I would answer generically, but
Yes.
you have to use the whole question on let us talk Instagram as well, let us talk official, and
R-
to explain this
Right.
question in a very elaborate fashion.
Yes, Kanchan. Thank you so much for solving our doubts over here and helping us with these beautiful tips and tricks to overcome anxiety and negativity during the exam times. Before we end with this session, Kanchan, I would like you to give a takeaway message for our moms at the Baby Chakra community.
I am repeating this here. If you must have noticed that whatever emotions of your child is going through, or whatever emotions of your child, try to transfer to your children. Start loving yourself. If you will start loving yourself, your child is going to love you. Self love, which is very important. Feel don't put too much of pressure on yourself to succeed in life. Fear of failure. Don't at the same time the same time, don't yourself into preparation that you are food out of your repressed air out. Some me time, don't do things. Sometimes, which you will not able to overthink about any situation. Aware of your physical symptoms, like times, especially these board exams or other professional exams, physical symptoms which are being created because of stress or all. Don't neglect them. For rest, please take rest. Start within your schedule. Not the least, just go with the flow. Just explain yourself that the game and love your child as without any doubts that he'll any expectations that he is going to perform. So yeah, just accept it.
Thank you so much, Kanchan, for joining us for this live session, sparing your valuable time and solving our doubts for these mom stars at the Baby Chakra community. It was lovely to have you here, interacting with you, and also the guidance that you have given us to work without fear, to have a positive mindset, also to try and balance out our work as well as our give our time, plan for the study sessions, take breaks, and include me time into the self timetable. So these were the beautiful tips that you have suggested. Thank you so much for joining us live. It was lovely having you here.
Thank you so much for having me. Want to over here and all the best for exam season. I'm not I don't want to child, but I just want to say you best of wishing you a very smooth phase here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kanchan.